Yeah, much better.
It's not crossing her face, though.
Nope.
Okay.
What was the question again? Hi, I'm Ashley with Elena Photography. I'm a photographer here on the coast of Virginia, and I've been doing photography for 5 years. I started photography, I actually picked up a camera as a hobby. Who would have known that it would turn into what it is today? I picked it up because I was in school and I thought, I actually had a design internship in New York City in the summer of 2020, which, newsflash, didn't quite work out as I planned. But I picked up a camera just thinking, you know, I'm gonna take some photos and share them with my friends, and this could be a cool fundraiser for making my way to New York City. But little did I know the pandemic would come in 2020, and it just kind of took off. I started taking photos of my friends, and I started taking photos of my dogs or whatever I could take pictures of during that time, and eventually scored me my first wedding in the summer of 2020, and I've been doing it ever since. I love love. I think it's a cheesy thing to say, but it's true. I loved the idea that I could capture in a photo somebody's emotions so strongly for somebody else. So I really just fell in love with telling somebody's love story through photos. I think the most inspiring thing about being able to do that is when somebody goes back through their pictures and they're like, wow, that really feels like us. I was so comfortable with you, and I, hung my photos, or I put them around my house because I just love looking back and seeing me and my partner and how happy we are, and it means a lot to me. So I would say that my photography style is very what you would call maybe documentary or a candid style of photography. What I mean by that is I create a photo timeline for you where there's a lot of wiggle room and a lot of flexibility for moments just to happen. For example, when we go to get a bride's dress on, that's something that truthfully only takes about 5 minutes at most. But I usually give it at least 15 to 20 minutes just because you want time to allow natural reaction to happen. I think that a lot of people look at those tender photos that really have so much emotion and really make you feel, and people want those photos, but then they forget to allow the time to let it happen. So throughout your wedding day, there's a couple different things that we do. Of course, we make that time for those authentic and candid moments, but we also make sure that we have those what I call grandma photos. So the pictures that grandma's gonna put on her fridge are the ones that you and your fiance are smiling and looking straight at the camera. We absolutely have to get those too. So those are our more posed photos, and then we just really blend them in with those candid moments that really feel like you. Personally, we do 3 different tiers of packages with Elena Photography. Those look like 4, 8, and 10-hour packages, and they include different things just depending on your needs. Sometimes I get brides that come in and they just want to do an elopement and a backyard wedding, or they'll do a courthouse wedding, and that 4-hour package is really for you. I'd say for most of my brides doing a more traditional wedding, we're looking at that 8 to 10-hour package, and that really just allows you to have coverage all the way from the morning with your getting ready photos and all the way going until the end of the day with that sparkler exit or bubble exit or whatever you choose to do. Different add-ins that are available are things like video or a second shooter, and then some of my packages even include an engagement session. So all around there's something for you. It just really depends on what you're looking for. So another add-on that I include is the ability to travel. Throughout the past year and a half, I've been to places like Hawaii, Kentucky, Arizona, California, Montana, and soon I'll even be going to Jamaica. So it's definitely a possibility. Wherever you have your love story is somewhere that I'm willing to go. So don't be afraid to ask, and that's absolutely something that we can accommodate for. So for the gallery delivery, I always give your gallery back for your wedding gallery within 6 to 8 weeks. Typically we're looking at that 6-week mark, but sometimes we're also looking at 8 weeks if we're getting into the busier seasons. So something that I do within your contract that you sign is make sure that I put that gallery delivery date within it so that you can be sure the whole time of when you're gonna get to expect your photos back. As far as the way that you receive your photos, it's through something called Pass Gallery, which is essentially a customized website for you. Your website can have a password if you wish, and it's something that you can share with all your friends and family or your bridal party. And it's something where they can also print photos through that gallery if they'd like. It's professional prints that are wonderful. I always tell my couples that if you love your photos, then print them. It's something where you can walk through your house and you see memories of your favorite day all over your walls. So I definitely recommend it. So starting with the inquiry call, my goal is to just make sure that I'm getting to know my couples well and making sure that they're comfortable. And I guess the reason behind it is really just to make sure that when I deliver your gallery, it's one that as you're scrolling through, the biggest compliment that you could give and the best thing that you could say is if you looked at your photos and you thought, wow, that just really feels like me. Like that is so me, that's so us, and it just feels like our love story. But the reality is I can't do that unless I know you guys well. So something that I do throughout the whole wedding planning process with you is just making sure that I get to know you. So I send you questionnaires, we meet for coffee, or over Zoom if you're far away. I just try to get to know you. I tell my couples, you know, I want to understand your love so much that when I give you a prompt or a pose, I'm positive that it's something that's going to feel like you. So that's something that we do throughout your whole process. My goal at the end of the day is when I come to your wedding day, I walk in the room and you say, yes, that's Ash, that's my girl, and I know her and I know that she's here to support me. My favorite thing to do at a wedding, obviously besides take photos, is you can find me on the dance floor. You want to hype up your girl, then go ahead and put Mr. Brightside on your wedding dance playlist. I'll be in the middle of the dance floor and I'll see you there. You can find me at www.ashleyelenaphotography.com and on Instagram at ashleyelenaphotography. Photos. I messed up that whole thing up. Can I try again?
Yeah, you want to start from the before? Yeah, I said, so give me a little clap, clap.
Okay.
And then go for it.
So for the crap.
She's off now. Here we go. Get it back together.
Okay. What am I talking about?
You're talking about packages.
No.
Delivery of packages.
Delivery of the gallery.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've never seen you so flustered like this.
Yeah.
I don't do these things. All right.